Hello everybody, this is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you living in America, when I'm making this video, it is September 11th, 2012. 11 years ago was the day that the terrorists attacked our World Trade Center, as well as the Pentagon, and the heroes that helped bring down the airplane in Pennsylvania so that further lives wouldn't be taken. And it's a day that we remember, and it's a day that I have been encouraged today by Sandy Allnock over at Operation Right Home, who's also on the May Arts blog, to thank those who are in service to us. Now, whether that be a member of the military or a first responder in our own town, she just encouraged us to have a service day. So I was thinking about that, and it reminded me of how thankful I am for the first responders in the county where I live. I work with these ambulance crews. I work to a limited degree with the police force and the sheriff's department, and I just wanted to express our gratitude to them for what they do to serve us. And I hope that today that you thought to express your gratitude to a member of our service, whether they're serving in other countries or a member of someone that is serving your community to help keep us safe. And so I decided to take Sandy's challenge and do a card, which she also challenged us to use this sketch, and I decided to do a card, and then I baked brownies, and as soon as we get the cards done, we're going to take some over to our ambulance crew, and then another one over to our police department. So let's get started on this card so we can get going. Now the sketch today is a 5.5 by 4.25 card, and there are lots of pieces to that card. So let me show you what I'm using. To start out, for most of the pieces on the card, I'm using this Americana Designer Mat Pad, which I thought was pretty much put away until next summer, but this is a perfect time to pull that out again. And I really like this paper from K & Company. If you haven't seen it, you should really check it out. I'm also using, from K. Andrew Designs, I'm using the Freedom Isn't Free stamp set. And the one that I used here is Thank You for Your Dedicated Service. Now, if you haven't used these before, some of these stamps are really clean. Others of them, like the one I used today, is a little bit, it almost gives you the idea of a punch dog tag. That there's little dots on it, a little more distressed. And the one that I'm using today, and I'll show you that in a minute, is that way. I'm also using my Ranger Archival ink in black. I needed some foam squares. I needed my Fiskars punch. I'm using these sparkle lights from Megan Elizabeth over at Above Ruby Studio, and I've already put those on some glue dots so that they're ready to go for me. From Paper Train Ink, last month they had the Thankful set. These are dies. This one says Thankful. There's one that says Blessed. There's one that said Grateful. And I really like these because I love to do things for Thanksgiving and fall. So I got the Thankful ones. And to go along with that, they had a coordinating set of stamps. And this is a fabulous set of stamps. It's called Counting My Blessings. And they're little sentiments that you can mix and match. And as you can see, because I used the archival ink, I used For All You Do on my card. And then also from Paper Train Ink, I used their craft cardstock. So I've already completed the inside of the card, and I took a scrap of the paper that I'm using and just used my Fiskars punch and cut a border on it, and that's going to coordinate with the outside of the card. And then on the bottom, and this is where you see, that's not that I had messy stamping, that's how the stamp is designed, to have that kind of distressed dog tag look for it, and it says Thank You for Your Dedicated Service. So now let's do the front of the card. Now this is a 5.5 inch wide card by 4.25 inches tall. And the first piece, I'm going to just set my sketch aside so I can read the sizes to you. The first piece is 5.25 by 2 inches. Now this piece of red paper, I don't know where it came from because I found it in my scrap stash and I just cut it to the size. But you can see here, this is where I stamped For All You Do. and that will coordinate with the thankful on the front. So that's where we're going to start, is by putting this base piece. And again, that piece was 5 1/4 inches wide by 2 inches tall. And that's going along right there. Now, I'll have to tell you, I am taking some creative license, shall we say, with this a little bit. And that's okay. Sketches are meant to be a jumping point, not a ending point. So I'm taking a little bit of license with this. Now I have my paper here, and I've been watching some YouTube videos, and I can't remember whose blog I saw this on, but an idea for cutting banners, and I absolutely loved it. You find your center point, and at this I've already found it, and I've marked it with a pencil, and you make from the straight up from the bottom, you make a slit right up to your center point. Okay, just like that. And then from your corner, you head right towards that center point. Now, I don't know about you, but I have struggled making these handmade banners look the way I really wanted them to, and this really made a difference in how easy. Now, that one still wasn't cut perfectly, but it is much easier than the way I've been doing it. And this one is going to go really near to the edge of For All You Do, but I don't want to stick it down yet because there's other things that are going to go underneath it. But before I do that, let's go ahead and attach the next piece, and this is also in red because I'm doing the blue. Let's go ahead and attach these two pieces together. This is the banner here, and actually if I wanted to, I could just put it just like that. I cut mine a little bit differently than they did, and that kind of gives me a guideline on where my other piece is going to go. I've never used a sketch like that. I never even thought about it till just now. But this is going to be our piece that goes right across the top, just like so, and kind of is centered there, just like so. Okay, so that's going to go here. But first we have some pieces we want to hide behind there. So I have these pieces that I've cut also from that same pack, and I've cut two different ones. Now it is a May Arts challenge, and we were encouraged to use ribbon, and I made another card that you'll have to go to my blog to see. Now it'll be a couple days. Give it a couple days after you see this video. It will probably be on, let's see, probably Friday the 14th before I post that card. But if you're interested to see the alternate version of this card, check back on my blog, www.djsundry.blogspot.com, and you'll be able to see the second version of this card. So this is going to go right about there, and these pieces are going to slide in right here. Now I just have to decide. Now these were cut at about 1/2 inch, and then also using the scallop sentiment punch, they were trimmed down. Now the sketch initially said to use 1/8 inch, but I didn't really have, I decided to go ahead and use the 1/2 inch because I wasn't exactly sure how much it would cut down. And so that's why I chose with the 1/2 inch. And that's going to go right about there. Now, yes, I'm doing a whole lot of eyeballing here, and that is just fine. Just like so. Sorry. I think I'll just cut some of this off just so that there's not quite so much bulk under the other. Now this blue strip that I have is just a coordinating piece of paper that I had that matches the paper pack. It's actually from Coordinations, and it just matches the same paper pack even though it didn't come from it. I just like the way the color, it's not as dark of a blue. It picks up more the lighter blue stars in the star paper, and that's what I liked about it. So that's why I decided to use it. So that one's a little, the red strip there is a little bit wider than 1/8 inch, but that's okay too. So let me get rid of my extra ATG, and there we have that. And so then now we can go ahead and adhere down our banner. All right, just like that. And then all this rough edge, doesn't really matter because I'm going to be covering that over with my banner, just like so. Just kind of center it just like that. Now, this pretty much fills up the sketch, although if I put the sparkle lights down here, it would finish it off. But I'm not quite done yet because this is the extra element that I added that wasn't part of the sketch. I took this thankful from that I die cut from the Paper Tray Ink dies. It's a little bit wide, but I think it'll provide a good balance to the card. And I'm going to just kind of put it right about there. That U is rather delicate there, so you have to be kind of careful with that. And that's all popped up on foam docs, and I can see there that I kind of have my foam dots showing. So let's see if I can trim that off without totally destroying my thankful. Let's see if I can pull it up. Just so good. I can still pull it up. Maybe I'll just take that particular foam dot off. I think it'll be fine. I needed a little bit smaller foam dots to make this all work. Now I'll probably go back after the video and add another one that's a little bit smaller under there so that it doesn't get crushed. So there we have thank you. And then bringing in my elements, this is where I'm going to use my sparkle lights right here. Just something pretty. Now stars would have been really pretty. Unfortunately, I don't have a star punch and that didn't really work out for me. But the sparkle lights are pretty. So there we go. So now it says thankful for all you do. Thank you for your dedicated service. So this is my first entry, again, for the May Arts Challenge, sponsored by Operation Right Home and May Arts. And I thank you for stopping by today. Like I said, be sure and stop back later this week on Friday to see my alternate version of the card. So thanks for stopping by today and have a great day.